Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play another game from the Larry Bird Career Replay on a snowy New England afternoon, March 13th, Tuesday, March 13th of 2018. Using Inside the Paint Basketball, we're replaying the 1979 rookie season of Larry Bird. The Celtics are currently 7-7 on the season. We're a few games behind their pace. So hoping to get a win today against the lowly Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz came into this game in the regular season with just a 2-15 record. In fact, getting the pictures for a lot of the players, I realized there were a lot of players that were only lasted like 1 or 2 years with the Utah. So they did a lot of dismantling even during the season here. Pete Maravich, who is a starter for the Hall of Famer for the Utah Jazz, would later get traded to the Boston Celtics and be on the Celtics later in the year. So anyway, the lineup for the visiting Utah Jazz here at Boston Garden is going to be John Giolini, the center. Ben Poquet is the power forward. Starting at forward is Adrian Dantley. Pistol Pete Maravich is the shooting guard, and Ron Boone is point guard. For the hometown Boston Celtics, Dave Cowens at center, Cedric Maxwell at power forward, Larry the Legend Bird at small forward, Chris Ford at shooting guard, and Nate Tiny Archibald at point guard. So that's your starting lineup for both teams. Here's the tip-off, and the jump ball will go to the Celtics. Celtics win that. Archibald with it. And he's going to get it over. He's going to take the, let's see here. He's going to give a great feed. What a pass! Over to Chris Ford. And Ford will score the first basket of the game. Archibald with the assist. Utah inbounds it. Gets it over to Ron Boone. Boone will shoot a 2. And his jump shot will just barely be good, in and out, but it falls back in. Need a 1-38 and got a 38. Got it! So no assist. And we have a tie ball game, 2-2. Celtics push it up. And trying to find somebody open. And the Cowens gets it. He gets open. And he'll give a great feed. Pass it over to Ford again. So 2 for 2 is Ford from the floor. Assist goes to Cowens, and it's a 4-2 Celtics lead. Jazz with the ball. And they'll get it over to Boone. Boone will shoot the 2. This time it won't go. And the rebound is going to be to Boone. Will get his own rebound. He'll pass it. Gets it over to Gianelli. Gianelli will shoot a 2. Up and under. And that will not go in. But Dantley comes down with the offensive board, puts it back up. Steps into a jumper. And that will not fall. Cowens with the rebound. Pass it over to Maxwell. Maxwell will shoot a 2. And that'll be good. Oh, no, it won't be, actually. That's Poquet gets a piece of it, forcing the miss.
That Greek stuff in here.
But Ford will come down with the offensive board. Pushes it up, gets it over to Bird. And Bird will give a great feed. over to Archibald. Archibald puts it up and in. So 6-2 Celtics lead now. Bird with the assist. Jazz get it up to... Actually can't find anybody open. Finally get it over to Gianelli, and that's going to be stolen by Ford. So Chris Ford all over the place, offensively and defensively so far. And so Utah gets back, so Celtics will set it up. And they'll get it over to Mr. Larry Bird. And he will pass it again. Feeds over to Archibald again. So Archibald with 4 points now. Bird with his second assist. And it's a 6-point Celtics lead. Utah with it. And they'll get it over to Boone. And Boone will put it up. And that's blocked by Cowens.
Don't bring that Greek stuff in here.
So that'll go off bounds out of Cowens. And Utah will have it down by 6, 8-2. And they can't find anybody open. Finally, they give it to... No, they can't get it to Dantley. And they can't get it to anybody. So that's going to be a... Looks like that's going to be a shot clock violation. So quick turnover on here. They can't get it to either Dantley or Poquet. So Celtics with great defense here. Force the turnover. So Celtics with the ball up by 6. They'll get it over to Maxwell. And Maxwell will turn it over.
A turnover.
So Utah has it now. Utah gets it over to Boone. And his jumper will be good. And we'll be right back after these substitutions. And neither team makes a substitution. Oh, hold on here. Here we go. Neither team makes a substitution. Inbounds it. Celtics inbound it. And they'll get it over to Bird. Bird will shoot his first shot of the game.
Driving in.
And defended by Poquet. Forces the miss. And Maxwell will have it. And they'll turn it over.
A turnover.
So the Celtics, Utah inbounds it, down by 4. And they'll turn it over. As Poquet throws it away. Celtics inbound it. Over to Bird.
Here's a runner on the wing.
Bird puts up the runner, and that will be good.
Can you believe that?
So Bird with his first points of the game. Archibald with the assist. And the Celtics lead at 10-4. So, let's see here. Utah pushes it up. And Boone cannot get open. Neither can Poquet. And still nobody can get open. Another forced shot here. And this time Dantley does get it. And he's going to pull off a desperation shot before the buzzer.
The post play.
And that will not go. Cowens with the board. Utah gets back. Gets it over to Bird. Bird will put it up. And that shot won't go. Paquette with the board. And they're going to call a timeout. So Utah calls the timeout to try to kill that Celtics momentum. Utah inbounds it after the timeout. And Dantley is going to be fouled. So we have our first foul of the game here. And the foul is going to be on, let's see here. Foul forward 52. Or defensive high. All right. Well, according to one of my viewers there, I guess if it doesn't go against Bird, then it'll go against Dantley because he's the one who is defender. So I'm going to call that one an offensive foul on Dantley. Although it does say forward 52, okay, or defensive high. So why would they highlight all these other ones if it wasn't another defensive one here? So I'm just going to go, it just doesn't say anything about the offense here. So I'm going to go with Cowens, who is the defensive high here. All right, so Dantley will go to the line and shoot two, because usually it says offensive flagrant or whatever too, if it's that possibility. So Dantley will go to the line and shoot two. First shot is good. Second shot is also good. So it's 10-6 Celtics. And they'll get it over to Bird. And Bird will give another great feed. Feeds it over to Archibald again. Puts it up and in. So 6 points for Nate Tiny Archibald. Bird gets his third assist. So it's Celtics doubling up on Utah, 12-6 now. And they'll get it over to Boone.
The jumper on the baseline.
And Boone's jumper will not go, but he will draw the foul.
Draws the foul.
And that foul is going to be on so it's not going to be on center. It's going to be he's still the highest though. Let's see. So I guess that's still going to be on Cowens. Or actually, I think this one does make sense. If it's not the center here, then it's the next defensive high, and that would be the one that's marked here. Would be his defender, which would be Archibald. It's a little confusing on that, but I think we'll go with that. All right, so Boone will go to the line and shoot two. First one's good. And second one's also good. So it's 12-8 Celtics. And get it over to Bird. And that's going to be a turnover on the Celtics. So Utah ball, chance to get within two. And they'll get it over to, nope. Dantley cannot get open. Neither can Boone. That's going to be a steal by Cowens.
What a steal!
And no fast break as Utah gets back. And they'll get it over to Bird. Bird will shoot a three. And that'll be good. So Bird nails one from beyond the arc. Now has 5 points. And the Celtics open it up to a 15-8 lead. Utah with it over to Boone. And Boone will put it up. That won't fall. Collins with the board. And he'll pass it over to Maxwell. Maxwell, his first shot of the day.
The jumper on the baseline.
And it's good. And this time we will be back after substitutions. I'm sure we'll make some this time. Alrighty, so Bristow comes in for the for the Jazz, and Rick Roby comes in, and Moncara come in for the Celtics. So Utah inbounds it, down by 9 now. And they'll get it over to Bristow. Bristow puts it up. And his jumper will not go. Way off the mark. And Bird comes down with the board. Celtics set it up. And they'll get it over to Archibald.
Pretty feed.
Archibald with the assist. Over to Carr. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, over to Carr. Puts it up and in. So Carr with his first points of the game. Archibald his third assist. Celtics lead now 11. Utah inbounds it. Gets it over to... No, Maravich cannot get open. And they get it over to Bristow. No, Bristow can't get open. Celtics playing very good defense. Force another shot here. And they'll get it over to Boone, who'll force up a 2.
Power move.
And that will not go. But Hardy will get to it, and I think that'll be an offensive board, but that's a shot clock violation. No, it's not. I guess it's not. I thought that would be a shot clock, but it looked like it got a piece of the rim. Even though the crowd chanted air ball. So James Hardy with it. Actually, no, she doesn't have it. Tries to pass it around. Gets it over to Maravich. And Maravich will shoot his first shot of the game.
Driving in.
And that will not go. And Malkara with the board. He'll pass it over to Maxwell. And Maxwell's going to get fouled. Looks like Bristow is going to be called for the foul. First Utah team foul. First foul on Bristow. So Celtics inbound it, up by 11. And that's going to be a foul on Poquette. So second team foul. First foul on Poquette. Celtics inbound it. And they'll get it over to Bird. Bird will put up a shot. And that is going to be a miss.
What a defensive play!
As Maravich comes down with the board. Pass it over to Hardy, and that's going to be stolen by Bird. Fast break pass over to Archibald. Archibald feeds it back to Bird, who puts it up and in. So Bird having a good game so far with 7 points and 3 assists. Archibald with his 4th assist of the game. 4 minutes left in the quarter. Utah with it. And that's going to be a turnover.
A turnover.
So Celtics ball up 21-8. And they get it to Maxwell. Maxwell puts it up.
Here's a runner on the wing.
And that won't fall. Maravich has it. Fast break pass over to Bristow. Puts it up. And that will not fall. Paquette with the rebound. Puts it back up.
Reverse layup.
Oh, in and out. Maxwell with the board. Fast break pass over to Carr. Carr puts it up.
Pull up for the jump shot.
And that will be good.
That was sick, wicked, and nasty.
So Celtics with a commanding 23-8 lead, and another timeout forced by the Jazz. So 23-8, Celtics with a commanding lead. As the Celtics fans are getting all into this one. So Utah inbounds it after the timeout. Gets it over to Maravich. Maravich puts it up. And Maravich gets his first points of the game.
Stick it.
23-10. Celtics inbound it. Get it over to Roby.
Up and under.
And the up and under will not go. It's going to be
Defense.
as Maxwell gets the offensive board. Puts it back up.
For the jump shot.
And that's going to be blocked by Hardy.
Block! That basketball will never be the same.
Okay, here we go. So now it's going to be check defense first. Okay, so it's not against him, so it's going to be against Paquette. Because it's not against, it's the center 60. So he does not qualify, so it's going to be his defender, which is going to be Paquette. So Paquette will be called for the foul, his second personal. And we're going to make a substitution in a minute, so we're not going to take Paquette out right away. So Celtics will inbound it. And that's going to be stolen by Boone.
Pass stolen.
Celtics get back. Pass it over to Maravich. And Maravich is going to be fouled by Maxwell. And we'll be right back at these substitutions. And looks like no foul shots here. So, all right, and we're back after multiple substitutions. 2 minutes, 48 seconds. Utah inbounds it after the Celtics foul. Both teams with 3 team fouls. And they're going to get it over to Duck Williams now in the game. And he'll fire up a 2. Oh, no, actually he won't. That's going to be a turnover.
That is a travel.
So Williams travels. Celtics ball. Up by 13. Fernstein just in the game gets open. And he'll put up a 2. And that will be no good. Gianelli with the board. Fresh back in the game. Was he fresh back? I can't remember. Anyway, let's see here. No fast breaks. The Celtics get back. Again, the Celtics playing good defense. Nobody can get open. Finally, Williams gets open.
Driving in.
Puts up a shot, and that's going to be blocked by Fernstein.
Deflected.
But Gianelli will come down the offensive board. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. So turnover by the Jazz. Celtics ball. And they'll get it over to Carr. And Carr will put it up. And his shot will be good. Sakar with 6 points off the bench. And Utah down by 15. Kelvin just in the game will not get the ball as he cannot get open. Neither can Bristow. And they get it over to Kelvin. And he'll turn it over. So Utah turns it over. Celtics ball as we hit the 1 minute mark of the first quarter. They'll get it over to Carr. Carr will put it up. And great defense by Bristow forces the miss.
What a defensive play!
But Roby will come down with the offensive board. And he'll put it back up. And his shot will be good.
That was sick, wicked, and nasty.
So Roby with his first points of the game gives the Celtics a 17-point lead. Utah pushes it up. Utah's got to think about playing in the press soon. Can't let this game get too much more out of hand. So Dantley will get the ball. Puts it up. And, oh, it's not going to be blocked by Judkins. And that shot will be... Actually, it's momentum -1, so that shot will be no good. And Henderson will come down with the rebound. And he'll pass it over to Carr. Carr puts up a shot. And that will not go. Bristow with it for the Jazz. Fast break pass over to Dantley. And Dantley puts it up. And that shot will... Oh, that'll be no good also because of the momentum. And Carr will come down with the board. And pass it over to Bernstein. Bernstein will put it up. And great defense by Williams forces the miss. And Gianelli will come down with the board. And they'll pass it over to Bristow. Bristow puts up a shot. And that will be good as Bernstein cannot quite get a piece of it.
Got it!
So Celtics with it. Hoping for the last shot here. And Bernstein will put it up.
Driving in!
And his shot will be good, and he'll draw the foul. So a chance for a 3-point play for Bernstein.
Draws the foul.
And he'll go to the line. He's just a 64% free throw shooter. So try to complete the 3-point play here. And that is good. And Celtics up 30 to 12 now. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So at the end of one, the Celtics with a commanding 30 to 12 lead. So we'll be right back with the start of the second quarter. All right, we're back with the start of the second quarter with the Celtics out with a commanding 30 to 12 lead. All righty. So the Jazz will inbound it. And immediately it's going to be a steal by Bird. Passes it over to Henderson on the fast break. Puts it up. And that'll be good. So the Celtics start off where they left off. Scoring a basket to open up the second quarter. And that's going to be an assist credited to Bird. His fourth of the game. So Utah down by 20 now. And then that's going to be another steal by Bird. And Utah gets back quickly this time. Celtics set it up. And they'll get it over to Maxwell.
Pull up for the jump shot.
And Maxwell puts up a jumper. And that is going to be no good. As Giuliani comes out with a rebound. Gets it over to Bristow on the fast break. Come on. Looks like we got a delayed fast break here. And that will be a pass by Bristow. Assist pass.
What a pass!
Into Kelvin, who puts it up and in. So Matt Kelvin with his first points of the game. Credit the assist to Bristow, his first of the game. And Celtics have the ball. Not sure exactly why that momentum is shifted to +2 to Utah. This does not make any sense at all. Maybe a +1 I can see, but not a +2. Anyway, so it's going to get Celtics inbound it. And they'll get it over to Henderson. Henderson will put it up.
Here's a runner on the wing.
And that will not fall. Kelvin with the board. Celtics get back. Utah sets it up. And that's going to be a steal by Cowens. And they'll pass it over to... Ooh, look at this. Going to be a foul on Gianelli. His first team foul of the second quarter. Celtics inbound it. And they'll get it over to Cowens. Cowens will put it up. And Gianelli forces the miss.
Defensive play.
Over to Dawkins. Dawkins will pass it over to Bristow. No, actually Bristow will not get open. And neither will Gianelli. And they'll get it over to Williams. And Williams will turn it over.
A turnover.
So Utah's woes continue as they're now down by 18 points, 32-14. And that's going to be a foul on Dawkins, his second. So second team foul. Celtics will inbound it. And they'll get it over to Ford. Ford will put it up. And his jumper will be off the mark. But Cowens is there for the board. He'll put it back up. And Williams will force the miss. But Henderson will come down with the board and put it back up. And that is going to be... It'll be a miss. And it'll be out of bounds Utah ball. And that'll be a quick foul on Cowens. His second foul and first team foul of the second quarter. So Utah will inbound it. And they'll get it over to Dawkins. Dawkins puts it up. And his jumper will be good.
Got it!
And no assist on the play. So it's Celtics doubling up on Utah now, 32-16. And they will get it over to Bird. Bird will put up a 2. And that's going to be blocked by Williams.
Don't bring that weak stuff in here!
And Bristow comes down with it for the Utah. Utah sets it up. trouble getting it to somebody. Celtics with great pressure. And they cannot get it. They're going to force another shot here. They'll get it over to Williams, and Williams is going to put up a desperation shot here.
He goes straight to the glass.
And he will not get that one to fall as Bird has great forces the miss. But Bristow will come down with the offensive board. Puts it back up. And that's going to be blocked by Ford. Kelvin with the offensive board. And he'll get it over to Gianelli. Gianelli will put up a shot. Oh, in and out. Can't get that one to fall. But Maxwell will come down with the board. All right, Celtics pass it. Let's see. Get it over to Maxwell. And Maxwell will turn it over.
A turnover.
I'll be right back after these substitutions. All right, so Utah inbounds it. And gets it over to Boone. Boone will put up a shot. And that shot will be... Let's see here. That shot will be good. And it looks like it's going to be a foul. So possibility of a 3-point play.
Draws the foul.
And there will be an assist on the play. So you have to remember that for Boquette. And the foul is going to be on Larry Bird, his first personal. So the assist goes to Boquette. And Boone will go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. 2 for 2 so far from the line. And he completes the 3-point play. So it's a 32-19 lead for the Celtics. Utah starting to chip away a little bit at the lead. Now just a 13-point lead. Celtics up by as much as 20. And they'll get it over to Chris Ford. And Ford will put up a shot.
The jumper on the baseline.
And that jumper will not go. Maravich will come down with the rebound. And he'll pass it over to Paquette.
Reverse layup.
And that Collins will force the miss.
Defensive play.
But Boone will come down with the offensive board. And he'll put it back up.
The jumper on the baseline.
And his jumper will be good.
He buries that shot.
So 32-21. As the Celtics lead is now only 11. And they will call a timeout. Try to get rid of that momentum by the Jazz. Celtics inbounded after the timeout. And they'll turn it over immediately, so that didn't seem to help there. So Utah with it now. And they'll get it over to Boone. Boone puts it up. And that won't fall. And Maravich will come down with the offensive board. And he'll get fouled. And looks like that foul is going to be on. Alright, so it's not on him. So it's not 48, so it's got to go against the next guy. So Ford. So the shooting foul on. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. So Chris Ford with his first personal. Celtics' third team foul. So Maravich, a 82% free throw shooter. First shot is good. And he'll make both of them. So the Celtics lead now back in the single digits, just 9 points now. The Celtics inbound it to Maxwell. Oh, actually, they can't get it to Maxwell as Dantley is guarding him. And they'll get it over to Archibald. Archibald will put it up. And his jumper will be good. So Archibald with 8 points on the game now. Bird with his 5th assist. Celtics lead back up to double digits at 11. And Ford's going to be called for a quick foul. Non-shooting foul. So from now on, the Celtics will be in the penalty for the rest of the quarter. And they'll get it over to Dantley. And Dantley puts it up.
Steps into a jumper.
And his jumper will be good.
Got it!
So 34-25 Celtics. They get it into Ford. Ford puts up a 2.
Steps into a jumper.
And, oh, in and out, does not fall. As Paquette comes down with the rebound. Fast break pass over to Maravich. Maravich puts it up. And that will be good. So Maravich with a basket. Now has 6 points on the day. Credit the assist of Boone on that, his first. And it's down to a 7-point Celtic lead. Celtics will call another timeout. They inbound it after the timeout. Over to Bird. And Bird with a great feed. Into Cowens. Puts it up and in. Cowens with his first points of the game. Bird with his 6th assist. And it's 36-29 Celtics. Into Dantley. Dantley puts it up.
He goes straight to the glass.
And that won't fall. Maravich with the board. Brings it down, puts it up. Puts up the jumper. And Ford almost gets a piece of it, but not quite. And the basket will be good. So 36-29 Celtics. Celtics trying to get it in. Can't get it into anybody. Finally a forced shot. And it's going to be Maxwell putting up a desperation 2-pointer.
Reverse layup.
And that won't fall. Paquette with the board. Celtics get back. Paquette with the shot. And that shot will be good. So Celtics lead sliced down to 5 now. And we'll be right back after these substitutions. Alright, and we're back after some substitutions. And did I miss that? I think I did. I don't think I substituted him. Anyway, Roby in now at power forward will get the ball. And he'll turn it over.
Threw it away.
So a chance for the Jazz to get within one possession here. Gets it over to Bristow. Bristow will turn it over himself.
A turnover.
The Celtics with it. Get it over to Cowens. Cowens puts it up. And that won't fall. As Paquette comes down with the board. Paquette now with 5 rebounds. Fast break pass over to Maravich. Maravich puts it up.
Pull up for the jump shot.
And his jumper is going to be good. So Maravich cuts the Celtics lead to just 3 points now. Celtics desperately need a basket here, as they've seen most of the lead just slip away here in the closing in the last few minutes of this second quarter. Still 4:48 left in the second quarter, though, so plenty of time. And it's going to be over to Archibald. Archibald puts it, no, he'll turn it over. So Celtics with another turnover as the Jazz inbound it. They'll get it over to Bristow. Bristow will put up a shot. And that shot will be good, and he'll draw the foul. So a chance for the Jazz to tie it if Bristow can complete the 3-point play. All right, so it's going to be Dantley will get the assist. Let's see who the foul is going to be on. Foul is going to be on Roby, his first. And they'll get 2 to make 1, so the assist will go to Dantley. So an 81% free throw shooter, Bristow, chance to complete the 3-point play, and he does easily. So 36-36. The Celtics fans are stunned here. They've seen as much as a 20-point lead disappear here. So basically, the Celtics have only, it's been 24-4 run there by the Utah Jazz. Let me check this out here. Let's check this out. Yeah, Celtics only scored 6 points this entire quarter. Unbelievable. Wow. And Celtics going to call another timeout. Try to regroup here. So Celtics inbound it. Get it over to Carr. And that's going to be a foul on Bristow. His second personal. Third team foul, so this Utah still has 1 to give. They get it over to Archibald, and that's going to be a foul on Boone. So from now on, the Jazz will be in the penalty. And Celtics get it in the Carr. Carr will put up a shot. And great defense by Maravich forces the miss. But Roby comes down with the board. Puts it back up. And that will not fall. And it'll be out of bounds. Utah Jazz with a chance for them to take the lead. And let's see here. They get it over to... No, nobody open. Finally, Maravich gets open. And he will turn it over. So Maravich travels. Celtics ball. And they get it over to Archibald. Archibald with the pass into Cowens, who puts it up and in. So Cowens with 4 points. Archibald with his 5th assist puts the Celtics on top, 38-36. Celtics get it into... Utah gets it into Bristow. And Bristow will turn it over. So another travel by the Jazz. They'll get it into Judkins. And Judkins with a great feed. Inside pass to Carr, who puts it up and in. Carr with 8 points. And the assist goes to Judkins, his first. And we'll be right back after these substitutions. All right, we're back with 3 minutes left until halftime with the Celtics with a 36 lead. Utah with the ball. And they'll get it into Boone. And Boone... No, his jumper will be no good as his Celtics have momentum. Is that right? That is right. But he will draw the foul.
calls the foul.
And he will go to the line and shoot 2. So let's see what the foul is going to be. Our foul is going to be on Cowens, his 3rd personal. So Cowens will have a seat. So Boone will go to the line and shoot 2. 3 for 3 from the charity stripe so far today. First one's good. And second makes both of them. So Boone now with 13 points to lead all scorers. And Celtics lead down the 2. Oh, and that's going to be a turnover on the Celtics. So Archibald turns it over. So Archibald travels. So Utah with a chance to take their first lead of the day. And he's going to be fouled. Larry Bird with the foul, his 2nd. So Dantley will go to the line and shoot 2. Already 2 for 2 so far today. And he makes the first one. And he makes the second one to give the Jazz their first lead of the day. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. No, that is not a lead. That'll just ties the game as they were down by 2, I believe. Just double check on this one. Yes. All right, so it's now tied 40-40. Celtics with the ball. And they cannot get it in here. Finally get it into Fernstein. Fernstein puts up a 2. And that is no good. And Bristow will come down with the board. And he'll pass it over to... Oh, can't get anybody open. Finally, Boone gets open. And Boone will shoot a 3. And that will be good. So Boone shoots fires a 3. Nails it. It's his 16 points on the day. And Utah has their first lead of the day, 43-40. Celtics get it over to Bird. Nope, Bird cannot get open. Finally get into Archibald. Archibald with a great feed. To Bird. So Bird now with 9 points on the day. Assist goes to Archibald, his 6th. Utah leads by 1. And that's going to be a steal by Bird. Utah gets back quickly. Gets it over to Ford. Ford is going to shoot a 3. And that's way off the mark. Dantley with the rebound. Pass it over to Bristow.
Reverse layup.
Reverse layup. And that is going to be a miss. So jump ball. Celtics win the jump ball. Less than a minute left until halftime. Celtics down by 1. They'll get it over to Ford. And Ford makes the shot. So Ford with 6 points gives the Celtics the lead, 44-43. Utah with the ball. Trying to get it. And that's going to be stolen by Bird once again. Fast break pass over to Archibald. And he's going to give a great feed. Inside pass to Ford, who puts it up and in. 7 assists now on the day for Archibald. Ford with 8 points. Celtics with a 3-point lead. As Utah will go for the last shot here. Gets it over to Maravich. Maravich puts it up. And his jumper will not fall. Archibald with the rebound. And that should do it. So the Celtics have seen a 20-point lead slip away. But at halftime, they have a 3-point lead, 46-43. So let's take a look at some of the halftime stats here. So the Celtics were out. Well, the first quarter belonged to the Celtics. The second quarter belonged to the Jazz. And Celtics won it outscored the Jazz 30-12 in the first quarter and were outshot 31-16 in the second quarter. Now the Celtics at one point, I believe it was like 24-4 or something like that at one point. Utah, but Celtics were able to, last few minutes, were able to get back the lead and get back a small lead and lead it by 3 at halftime. So for the Jazz, Ron Boone was their leading scorer with 16 points, Maravich with 10. Celtics had nobody in double digits. Bird led the Celtics with 9 points, so it's pretty evenly distributed for the Celtics. Let's see here. Utah won the battle of the boards there, especially in the second quarter. 26-17, they lead it now. Celtics shooting 46% from the floor, Utah 41%. Utah shooting perfectly from the free throw line, 12 for 12. Celtics just made it once to the free throw line. That's pretty much the story of the game. Celtics are somewhat in foul trouble with Collins with 3 personal, Bird with 2, also Chris Ford with 2. Nobody in foul trouble for the Jazz. They're in good shape there. Let's see how many steals Bird had. Does it show how many steals? Yes, Bird with 5 steals so far for the Celtics. So, all right, so we'll be right back with the start of the second quarter with the Celtics up 46-43. All right, we're back with the start of the third quarter with the Celtics up by 3. Celtics up by as much as 20. Saw that slip away in the second quarter. But we have to rebound towards the end and take a 3-point lead. So the Celtics with all of their starters in. And looks like all the starters in for the Jazz also as we start the third quarter. So Utah inbounds it. And that's going to be a quick foul on Archibald. First team foul. Second personal for Archibald. First team foul, of course. And they'll get it over to Boone. Boone, the leading scorer in the game with 16 so far. Puts up a shot. And that shot is going to be good. So Utah pulls to within 1. Celtics will inbound it. Get it over to Ford. Ford puts up a 2. And that just barely falls in. Looks like it was going to come out, but stayed in. 48-45 Celtics. Utah pushes it up. Gets it over to Maravich. Pistol Pete with the shot. And that will not go. Bird with the rebound. Celtics set it up. Get it over to Maxwell. Maxwell just 2 points on the day. And he will put up a 2. And his jumper is going to be good. So Maxwell with the basket. Celtics up by 5 now. Ford with his first assist of the day. Utah over to Dantley. Adrian Dantley will put up a shot.
He goes straight to the glass.
And that is off the mark. Bird with the board. Utah able to get back quickly. Celtics slow it down, set it up. Trying to find somebody open. That's going to be stolen by Dantley. Pass break pass over to Boone. Boone puts it up. And that is good. So Boone now with 20 points on the game. Celtics lead 3 now. Pass in the Cowens. Cowens will shoot a 2. And his reverse layup is good. So Cowens with 6 points on the day. Assist goes to Archibald. Archibald with 8 points and 8 assists. Utah with it now. And they'll get it over to Maravich. Maravich with a great feed. Over to Paquette. Puts it up and in. So Paquette with his 4 points on the day now. Maravich his first assist. Celtics ball. They get it over to Cowens. Cowens puts it up. That will not fall. Offensive rebound by Maxwell, though. He passes it over to Archibald. And he'll turn it over. So Archibald with the turnover. Utah inbounds it. And that's going to be a foul on Maxwell, his second personal. Second team foul. Jazz inbound it. They'll get it over to Boone. And Boone puts it up. And he won't get that one to fall. But the momentum will force that one to be a good shot.
Got it!
So Celtics will call a timeout here. 1 point game. Celtics 52, Utah 51. They'll inbound it after the timeout. They'll get it over to Maxwell. Maxwell will put it up. And great defense by Paquette forces the miss. Rebound goes to Ford, though. Puts it back up. Jumper is no good. But Maxwell gets the board. And he'll get fouled. So it's not Ford 50, so that will go against Maxwell on that one. It's not against him, against his defender, so it'll be against him. So we'll be right back after these substitutions. All right, Utah inbounds it after the substitutions. Chance to take the lead here. And they'll get it over to Maravich. And Maravich will shoot a 2. And, oh, Chaney cannot, just in the game, cannot get a piece of it. And the shot by Maravich will be good. Utah with a lead, 53-52. Into Judkins just in the game. And his reverse layup will be missed, force missed by Hardy. Rebound by John Brown just in the game. Fast break pass. No fast break. Celtics get back. Over to Maravich. Maravich with 12 points now.
The drive to the basket.
And that's going to be blocked by Chaney.
That Greek stuff in here.
Judkins with the board. And that's going to be stolen by Paquette. Utah will set it up. And they'll get it over to Hardy. Hardy puts up a 2.
Move in the lane.
that shot will be good. So Utah with a 3-point lead now, their biggest lead of the day. Assist goes to Paquette. Celtics inbound it. Over to Cowens. And Cowens turns it over. Alright, so Utah inbounds it after the turnover. And they get it into Boone.
Line drive jumper.
And his jumper will be off the mark. Collins with the board. Utah gets back quickly. Celtics set it up. And they'll get it over to Judkins. Judkins shoots a 2. And that's going to be blocked by Brown.
That basketball will never be the same.
But Henderson will get the offensive board. And he's going to be fouled by Paquette. Paquette with his 3rd personal foul. First team foul of the 3rd quarter. So Celtics inbound it. And it's going to go over to Chaney. Chaney will put up his first shot of the day. And that won't go. Hardy with the board. And they pass it around, gets back to Hardy.
Nice pass inside.
And he's going to pass it into Brown, who will get his first points of the game. Credit the assist to Hardy. His first also. So Utah with its biggest lead of the day, 5 points now. They get it over to Cowens. Cowens puts it up. And that is going to be a miss. Maxwell with the board. Puts it up. And that will be good.
He buries that shot.
So Utah lead is now 3. And they'll get it over to Brown. Brown will shoot a 2.
He goes straight to the glass.
And that shot will be good.
That was sick, wicked, and nasty.
So Utah back to a 5-point lead. No assist on the play. Celtics get it over to Henderson. Shoots a 2. And that will be no good, but he will draw the foul.
Draws the foul.
So that foul is going to be on Hardy, his first. So Henderson will go to the line and shoot 2, just a 69% free throw shooter. First shot is good. And he'll make both of those. So it's a 3-point lead for the Jazz. Alrighty. So we're back to the action here. Halfway through the 3rd quarter. Celtics trail by 3. Utah ball. And they'll get over to Maravich. Maravich will turn it over though. So Celtics ball. Over to Roby, just in the game. And Roby will get fouled. And that's going to go against Bristow, his 3rd. So Roby will go to the line and shoot 2, 68% free throw shooter. First shot is good. And his second shot is good, so he makes both of them. So just a 1-point game now. So looking to get it in. And they'll get it into Maravich. Maravich will get fouled on the play. So power forward is 60 there. And that is going to go against Archibald. So Maravich will go to the line and shoot 2. Archibald with his third personal. First shot is going to be a miss. Second one is good. So 1 for 2. 2-point lead now for Utah. Definitely a much closer game than it should be, as the Celtics have seen a 20-point lead disappear today. And that is going to go over to Archibald. Archibald will shoot a 2. And that will be a miss. So jump ball. Celtics win the jump ball. Over to Bird. And Bird will shoot a 2. And that's going to get blocked by Dantley.
That basketball will never be the same.
Bristow with the board. Celtics set it up. And it'll go over to Dantley. And Dantley will shoot a 2. And that will not go. Collins with the board. And he'll pass it over to Roby. Roby puts it up. And that will not go. Archibald with the offensive board. And he is going to get fouled. And that is going to be Bristow. Will get called for the foul. So it'll be a shooting foul, as Archibald was in the act of shooting. Archibald, 83% free throw shooter. His first shots of the day. Free throw shots. First one is good. And he will make both of the shots and tie the score at 60. So we'll be right back with some substitutions for Bristow. Archibald nails both of the free throws. 60-60 now with Utah with the ball. Gets it over to Maravich. Maravich puts it up. And Maravich's shot is going to be good. So Maravich has come on fire after starting off slow. 15 points now for Maravich. Gives the Utah the lead. 62-60. Celtics inbound it. Over to Henderson. Henderson with a great feed. Into Roby. Roby now with 6 points. Henderson with his first assist. 62-62 now, and that's going to be a steal by Henderson. Utah back quickly. Celtics set it up. And they get it over to Bird. And Bird is going to be fouled. So he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Utah now on the penalty. Bird with his first free throws of the day, 84% free throw shooter. And he'll make the first one. And he nails both of them to give the Celtics a 2-point lead. Celtics inbound it. Utah inbounds it, down by 2 now. Gets it over to Maravich, who's been hot this second half. And that is going to be a great feed by Maravich over to Hardy. And 64-64 now, as we near the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Over to Bird. And Bird's going to give a great feed into Cowens, who puts it up and in. Cowens now with 8 points. Bird with his 7th assist of the game. And we'll be right back after some substitutions. All right, 3 minutes left in the third quarter. The Celtics up by 2. Utah ball. And they'll get over to Hardy. And Hardy with a great feed into Dantley. Dantley now with 8 points on the day. Hardy with his second assist. Tie game now. Celtics with the ball, and they're going to turn it over as Carr turns it over. So bad pass by Carr. Utah with a chance to take the lead again. Dawkins in now for Maravich. Will shoot it, and that will not go. Oh, actually, it will go. That's what we forgot to do, is call timeout. So now we will call timeout. Get rid of some of that momentum. Get rid of all that momentum, actually. So that cost the Celtics a basket by not calling a timeout there. So Celtics inbound it. Down by 2 now. They'll get it over to Bird. Bird will shoot it. 2. And that is going to force miss by Dantley. Dawkins with the rebound. He'll pass it over to... Actually, he can't get anybody open. Finally get it over to... Nope, nobody's still open. It's going to be a forced shot. So it's going to be a forced shot by Kelvin.
Driving in.
And that will not go. And it's going to be a loose ball foul on Carr. So foul on Carr. His first personal. So from now on, the Celtics will be in the penalty. And they cannot get it into anybody. Still can't get it into anybody. It's going to Celtics force another shot. And they'll get it over to Kelvin, who will shoot a desperation shot again.
Steps into a jumper.
And that is going to be blocked. Defended well by Counts. Forces the miss. And it's going to go out of bounds. Celtics ball. And Celtics get it into Carr. Carr with the shot. And his jumper will not go. Dawkins with the board. Celtics get back. And that is going to be a turnover by Dawkins. So Celtics ball. Celtics get it into Maxwell. Maxwell puts up a 2. And that will be good. So Maxwell with 8 points now on the day. Carr with his first assist. Utah inbounds it. 68-68 now. And that's going to be a steal by Collins. No fast break. And comes around and gets it over to Collins again. Puts it up. And the up and under will not go. Archibald comes down with the offensive board. And he's going to feed it into Maxwell. And that was double-digit points with 10 to give the Celtics the lead. So Archibald 1 assist away from a double-double. Utah with it. Over to Kelvin. Kelvin puts it up. And that shot will be good. 70-70 now. Very tight game here. And that's the end of the third quarter. So we'll be right back with the start of the fourth quarter with the game tied at 70. All right, Celtics will inbound at the start of the fourth quarter. 70-70 the game. Over to Ford. And Ford will give a great feed. Great pass over to Archibald, who puts it up and in. So Archibald with 12 points on the day now. Ford with his second assist. Celtics lead by 2. Get it over to Hardy. Hardy puts it up, and that shot will be good. So the score remains tight here, 72-72. And they get it over to Ford. And Ford is going to shoot a 3.
Beyond the arc.
And that's going to be good. So Ford with a big one from beyond the arc gives the Celtics a 75-72 game. Utah trying to get it in. And they finally get it into Gianelli, just back in the game. And Gianelli with a great feed. Into Maravich, just back in the game. Maravich now with 17 points. First assist for Gianelli. 1 point Celtic lead. And that's going to go into Ford. And Ford with a great feed over to Maxwell. Puts it up and in. So Celtics with it back to a 3-point lead. And they'll get it over to Kelvin. We'll give a great feed.
What a pass!
Over to Maravich, who puts it up and in. Maravich now with 19 points. 77-76 Celtics. And we'll get into Roby, who's now at center. Puts it up. And his up and under will be in and in.
He buries that shot.
Maxwell with the assist. His first of the day. Celtics with a 3-point lead now. Celtics looking to try to build a lead here. Can't get it into anybody. Finally get it into Maravich. Maravich puts it up. And that will not go. Dantley with the rebound, offensive board. Puts it back up. And great defense by Carr, forces the miss. And Maxwell will come in up with the board. And he'll pass it over to Archibald. Puts it up. And that will not fall. Dantley with the rebound. Fast break pass over to Maravich. Puts it up. And can't get that one to go. Roby with the board. Pass it over to, actually comes around and back to him.
Pull up for the jump shot.
And jump shot will not. Oh, they do have momentum, so that will go.
Oh, stick it.
And it's a 5-point lead for the Celtics. So Utah will call a timeout here with the Celtics leading 81-76. 9 minutes, 24 seconds left in the game. So Utah inbounds it after the timeout. Tries to inbound it. Over to Dantley. Dantley has it now. Dantley shoots a 2, and that's going to be a forced miss by Carr. And let's see, guard. Let's see, defense. So that is going to be no good here. So that will be against Maravich. We'll be right back after these substitutions. All right, we're back in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes left. Celtics up by 5 in the ball. And it's going to be a quick steal by Dantley. And Celtics get back. Set it up. Utah sets it up. Gets it over to Williams.
Driving in.
And Williams drives in, and his shot will be off the mark. Gianelli, though, with the rebound offensive board. And he'll pass it over to Brown. Puts it up. And his jumper will not go. Bird with the ball. Fast break pass over to Ford. Puts it up. And his jumper is good. So Celtics building a 7-point lead now. Archibald with the assist on that. And Archibald now has a double-double with 12 points and 10 assists. Utah inbounds it. 8 minutes, 12 seconds left in the game. And over to Boone, who feeds it into Brown. Puts it up. So Boone with his second assist. Brown with 6 points now. Celtics with a 5-point lead. And they'll get it over to Archibald. Archibald shoots a 2. And that shot will be good.
Dantley.
So Celtics lead 85-78 now. Utah pushes it up. And is going to go over to... Oh, there's still nobody open. They're going to have to force another shot here. So Ganelli tries to put up a shot. And that will not go. And that's a miss. And that's going to be an air ball. So you would think that they would have a turnover on that, but I guess not. Because the air ball means it misses the rim, so that would be a shot clock violation. But I guess not. That's strange. Let's see. Maxwell with the rebound. Gets it over to Ford. Almost a steal by Williams. But he gets it to Ford. And Williams with a great play. Forces the miss. Archibald with the offensive board. Puts it back up. And Boone will force the miss there.
Defensive play.
And Boone will get the rebound. Fast break. Lays it up. And that shot will be good.
Dantley.
Boone also wanted a foul on the play, but it was not called. So 85-80 Celtics. And they'll inbound it, and that's going to be stolen by Williams. Fast break pass over to Boone. Boone puts it up, and that'll be good. So Boone now with 26 points to lead all scorers. And it's going to be assist to Williams, his first. Celtics with it. Into Maxwell. Maxwell dribbles it up. Maxwell will shoot a 2.
Driving in.
And that is going to get blocked by Brown. But Maxwell will come down with his own rebound. And he'll get it over to Archibald. Archibald puts it up. And that shot will be good.
He'll stick it.
Celtics 87-82 now. As we approach the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. They get it over to Boone. And that's going to be a foul, though, on Archibald. His fourth personal. Only the Celtics' first team foul. Each team with only one foul here in the fourth quarter. It's been a pretty foul-free fourth quarter. Utah inbounds it. Gets it over to Gianelli. And he'll put it up. And great defense by Collins forces the miss. But Dantley comes down with the offensive board. And he's going to get fouled going back up. So that's going to be a foul on Maxwell, his fourth personal. So Dantley was in the active shooting, so he'll go to the line and shoot two. Dantley perfect 4 for 4 today. First one's good. And he'll make both of them. Cut the Celtics lead to 3. Celtics will get it into... Oh, can't get it into anybody yet. Finally, Ford gets open. And he'll turn it over. So Ford travels. So we'll be right back after these substitutions. Halfway through the fourth quarter. With the score Celtics 87 and Utah 84. Alright, after the substitutions, Utah will inbound it down by 3. And it's going to be a foul on Roby, though. So Celtics had a couple to give, so still have one more to give here. So Utah gets it into Dawkins. Dawkins with the shot. And his jumper will not go. Offensive board by Bristow. And he's going to get fouled putting up the shot. So it's going to be a foul on Chris Ford, his third personal. So Bristow will go to the line and shoot 1 for 1 so far from the charity stripe. First one is good. And he misses the second one. As Carr comes down with the board. So a 2-point Celtics lead in the ball. Oh, and that's going to be a steal, though, by Dawkins. Celtics back quickly. Over to Dantley.
The drive to the basket.
And that shot will be no good. Brown, though, with the board. And he'll pass it. Oh, almost a steal by Maxwell, but not quite. Brown will put up a shot. And that will not fall. As Chris Ford comes down with the board. He'll pass it over to... No, nobody open yet. Finally, Carr gets open. And that's going to be a foul, though, on Dawkins. It's only the second team foul for Utah, so Celtics will inbound it. Over to Bird. Bird's spin move is good. So Bird now with 13 points on the game. Celtics lead by 4 now, 89-85. Pretty low scoring game overall. Utah pushes it up, gets it over to Bristow. And that's going to be a foul, though, on Roby. And he was in the act of shooting, so that's going to be 2 free throws for Bristow, who's 2 for 3 from the charity stripe so far today. And first one just misses in and out. And second one is good, so 1 for 2. Celtics lead now 3. As we hit the 4-minute mark of the game. They get it over to Carr. And Carr's going to get fouled. So 55. No, not him. A defensive high. So which it's going to be Brown. So Brown gets hit with the foul. So Carr will go to the line and shoot 2. His first free throws of the day, 74% free throw shooter, misses the first one. And he'll get the second one. So he's 1 for 2. Celtics with a 4-point lead. Utah inbounds it. Over to Dantley. Dantley with a great feed. Inside to Bristow. And Bristow now with 9 points. And the Celtics lead down to 2. Carr down their feet with every shot. Carr with it now. And that's going to be a foul, though, on Brown. So Utah Celtics will now be in the bonus from now on. So Celtics inbound it. And can't get into anybody. Only Ford gets open. Puts up a shot.
For the jump shot.
And his shot is going to be good and a chance for a 3-point play.
Draws the foul.
So let's see where the foul is on. And that is going to be on Calvin. So Ford will have a chance to complete the 3-point play. He'll have 2 shots to make 1. First one is a miss. And he gets the second one. So it's now a 5-point Celtics lead. 3 minutes left in the game. And they'll get it into Dawkins. And that's going to be, though, a foul on Carr. So Dawkins will go to the line and shoot, too. Dawkins, 69% free throw shooter. Nails the first one. And we'll be right back with the second free throw and after these substitutions. All right, Celtics ball up by 4. 3 minutes left in the game. Oh, I forgot a free throw shot there. Let's undo that. So that should just undo that last thing there. Okay. All right, let's see what that did. Hopefully that just undid that. Okay, good. So we'll have him. Who the heck shot that? Dawkins. Okay, so we're going to have Dawkins shoot another one. And that one is good. All right, there we go. We're all good now. So 3-point lead for the Celtics. And they'll get over to Max. Oh, it's going to be stolen, though, by Dantley. Fast break pass into Maravich. Maravich will be fouled. So it's not against him, so it's going to go against him. Archibald. So 2 free throws now for Maravich. First one's going to be good. Second one is going to be a miss, though. Maxwell with the board. And cannot get anybody open. Still nobody open. Forced shot by Archibald.
The drive to the basket.
And that is going to be, oh, you're kidding me. A miss. As Brown comes down with the rebound. Utah down by 2 now. Oh, that's going to be a foul on Cowens. Celtics will take a timeout. So Bristow will go to the line and shoot 2. Archibald now with 5 personals. And we're nearing the end of the game, so we're just going to let him play him out. We need him in there. First one is going to be good. This one to tie the game. And he makes both of them to tie the game at 93. 2 minutes left in the game. Collins with it. And that is going to be a foul on Maravich. So actually Maravich has got to come out of the game as he's hit his minutes. Actually, maybe he hasn't yet. Let's check here. So no, he's still got 1 more minute. He can stay in. Boone could come in for a minute. Let's let Boone come in. We'll give him the best chance here. Did we leave in Carr or did we bring in Henderson? I think we got to leave in Carr here. Yeah, we got to leave in Archibald too. Even if he does fall out, we'll bring in Dawkins. Okay. All right, so Collins will go to the line and shoot 2. 78% free throw shooter. Makes the first one. Oh, and he misses the second one. And it's going to be out of bounds. Utah ball. So the Celtics with a 94-93 lead. Definitely a lot closer game than it should be. The Celtics should be easily winning this game. And they'll get it into Bristow. Bristow will put it up. And that will not go. Collins with the board. Pass it over to Carr. And Carr will, man, really? Carr will turn it over. So Utah with the ball. Down by 1. Gets it over to Bristow.
If he goes straight to the glass.
And that's going to be a forced miss by Collins.
What great defense.
Board with the bird. He's been relatively quiet today. He's with 13 points. A lot of assists early on, but has since slowed down. And they'll pass it into... Oh, none of these guys are open. And that's going to be stolen by Bristow. Fast break pass. Fast break. And he's going to feed it into Dawkins, and the basket's good. So Utah are up 95-94. Celtics with the ball. 1 minute left. Carr will shoot a 2, and that's going to be a miss. But Archibald with the rebound. Puts it up. And that is going to be good, and he'll draw the foul. So chance for a 3-point play now. Defensive. Oh, no. You're kidding me. Offensive flagrant. Unbelievable. So Archibald will fall out of the game. That is a killer right there. So it wipes the basket out too, and Archibald is done. So Henderson has to come in. Mirovic has to come out. He's hit 31 minutes. And Boone's got to come out now too. Oh, man. Maxwell's got to come out. Bernstein in. Cowan's still good. Bird's still good. Okay. Here we go. 48 seconds left. Celtics down by a point. Oh, Utah ball, too. Celtics need a stop here. It's going to be over to Dantley.
The drive to the basket.
And that's going to be blocked by Bird. And Collins will come down with the board. Celtics set it up. Oh, no. That's going to be a steal by Williams.
And he made the steal.
And pass it over to Dantley.
Drive jumper.
Oh, and Carr's going to force the miss here.
Defense.
As Fernstein comes down with the board. Fast break pass. And it's going to be a great feed into... Bird's going to give the great feed to Fernstein, who puts it in. Wow. Celtics take a 96-95 lead. And they're going to take a timeout now. Try to get the last shot. Whew. All right, after the timeout, this is coming down to the crunch time here once again. Too many of these games have come down to the crunch time, and the Celtics should be blowing them out, but... And they can't get it over to him. They can't get it over to Bristow, and that is going to end the game here because they can't get it into anybody. Celtics. No, actually, hold on. They're going to get it over to Dawkins now. Puts up a shot. And great defense by Fernstein.
What a defensive play.
Oh, no, though. Dawkins is going to get it back. Puts it up.
Driving in.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Once again, the Celtics are going to lose it. The last second. He shouldn't have had that all that time.
He buries that shot.
Let's call a timeout here. Yes. Celtics inbound it. They're going to have a chance for one more shot here. Bird will put it up. And Bird will... it's going to be a forced miss by Dawkins. But Collins is there. Puts it up. And that shot will be good.
Can you believe that?
And that is... Can they take a timeout? Okay. They inbound it. And that is it. Woo! And you may second guess me on some of that stuff there, but I did the best job I could there. I try to be fair as possible. And the Celtics pull it out. 98-97. Wow. So Chris Ford, leading scorer for the Celtics, 18 points. Maxwell, 11 assists, 11 rebounds to lead the Celtics. Archibald with 10 assists with a double-double. Ron Boone led all scorers with 26 points. 6 rebounds for Bristow. And two assists tied for 3. So, wow, what a finish. Wow. So, all right, let's see here. Let's see what we got. Whew, that was exhausting. So let's check out the box score. So again, Ron Boone led all scores with 26. Maravich had 20. And again, I tried to do as fair as possible with what players I left in and everything. I mean, it's tough managing for both teams, but you do the best job you can. That's all you can do. Some may not agree, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So anyway, let's see here. Archibald with 16 points Ford with 18 points to lead the Celtics. Archibald had 16. Bird finished with 13. Maxwell with 12 and Collins 11. So all the Celtics starters in double digits. Roby with 10 points off the bench. Emil Carr with 9 points for the Dantley had 10 points for the Jazz. 11 points Bristow off the bench. Dawkins with 10 points off the bench. Celtics shot 48% from the floor. Utah with 45%. 85% free throw shooting for the Jazz and 80% for the Celtics. And Celtics ended up out-rebounding them, so they got a good second half of rebounding there as they were getting killed in the first half. But Celtics came back with a strong second half rebounding. And the Celtics had a large lead, as once as big as 20, squeaked this one out by just 1 point. So the Celtics go to 8-7 now with the win. So let's check and see who they'll be up against next. So the Celtics, who won this game easily, 113-97, squeaked this one out 98-97. And let's check and see. We're trying to get the screen to load here so we can see who they're going to be facing in the next game. So yeah, that was definitely a game the Celtics should have won by a lot more than just that 1 point, and nearly almost lost it. As Mr. Brody was so upset with this one that he is snoozing away now on the couch here. And I don't think we're going to get this to load. Our internet is a little bit slow today as we have a storm outside. So let's save everything here. Here we go. As the Celtics will be facing the New York Knicks, who actually beat them in the game. So the Celtics with a chance, and they'll be facing the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. So they'll have a chance to get a little closer to their actual record with a win. They lost this game 113-109 in reality. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, and we will see you in the next Larry Bird career replay using Inside the Paint basketball. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.